How's it going, everyone? While I work on the next Pokemon tier list for Unova, which should be out very soon, and also while I work on my Luigi's Mansion GameCube review, it's a work in progress. We're getting there. I wanted to take a little bit of time, just have a very chill video, talk about my first impressions with the Nintendo Switch 2, as well as Mario Kart World, because I actually went and got a Switch 2. I went to a midnight release with two friends from high school, and I've never actually been to a midnight release for a console or even a game before. I lined up outside my local mall, got there like 9:30 on the Wednesday night. It started raining a little bit, but we brought umbrellas, and it was just a really fun experience. I think I was 27th in line to get into the GameStop at that mall, and it took so long for them to get everyone going because they were only letting one person at the mall at the time. And by the time I got to me, it was like 1:30 when I was able to go in and actually purchase it. But we got it, and it was a really fun experience. And even though there's a lot of like controversy, everyone's like, "Oh, Switch 2 so dumb." I gotta be honest, I love this thing. I do not regret my purchase whatsoever. It's been pretty fantastic. So after 3 weeks, I wanted to talk about it a little bit because I got it with the bundle with Mario Kart World, as most normal people would. Some people wouldn't, but I mean the game's so expensive, which I will talk about that. But yeah, so I got it with the bundle. The way I want to structure this video is I'm going to talk about the Switch 2 console just by itself first. I'm going to talk about some good things. I'm going to talk about some improvements or some features that need to come out and should come out, really. I'm surprised that some of these aren't even here yet. And then I'm going to talk about some bad and or disappointing things, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There's some things that are very stupid, and I got to talk about that. So I'll do that for the Switch 2. And then I'm going to do the same thing, same kind of setup, but instead for Mario Kart World. So let's start with the Switch 2. I have some notes already. First thing I gotta say immediately, the eShop, thank God it's so much better than the original Switch. It like actually loads right away. It's shocking. The old Switch eShop took forever to load, and it was like laggy going through the menus. This, like, I'm already in the time it took me to start talking about it, I'm already on my wish list in the shop. I have my Switch with me right now. It just loads so much faster, and it's very nice, and everything's like laid out. I feel like it's laid out a little bit better. I'm sure it'll look a lot nicer and more full once we get some more first party games, because there obviously are not very many first party games yet, which is a bit disappointing. But yeah, I'm still waiting for some more first party games to release, so my wish list is a little big, just waiting. But yeah, it's so much better. And it's like the colors are nice. Yeah, just the eShop in general is so much better. Older games also, for the most part, all the old Switch games, most of them play pretty good. I've been playing a lot of Metroid Prime Remastered because I was sitting on that game for so long. I've had it almost since launch, and I just hadn't really played it. So I'm finally getting through it, and that game is a certified banger. That game is so good. It's getting me hyped up for Prime 4 later this year, which I will be getting for sure. I'm very much looking forward to Prime 4. That game looks fantastic so far. But they still have not shown enough about it, but that's besides the point. Other older games that look great, I mean, they've done some upgrades. I'll talk about the upgrades in a little bit, but like, I picked up Splatoon 3 off Facebook Marketplace for like $40 this past week in Canada, which is almost half price, or which is about half price, which is a pretty good deal. But other games like Smash Ultimate, the game plays better. Animal Crossing plays good. Mario RPG plays good. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe plays good. Pokemon Shining Pearl. These are all games that I own on Switch, and they all play good. And then, yeah, like the Scarlet and Violet upgrade is crazy. It's like night and day how much better Violet plays. It's crazy, because I own Violet. I don't own Scarlet. But yeah, I'll definitely, there's a lot more games that they also need to add. I'm going to talk about that in the next section of what needs improvements and new features, because there is more to add to this. They cannot be done here. They need to add more upgrades. The screen size, very nice. I don't really have much more to say. It's a nicer, it's a better screen size. The stand in handheld is so much better. It's just a lot nicer. Really big fan of this piece of hardware. On the TV, 4K looks pretty great. I mean, that's kind of standard for 4K games. I don't really have much to say because there aren't really many 4K games. But like, I was playing Splatoon 3 yesterday on my 4K TV. Gorgeous. The game is splendid, very nice to look at. Prime, it doesn't. I don't think it has an upgrade, but it just looks so clean. It looks so nice. And then obviously Mario Kart World is like the flagship title for the Switch 2 Power, and of course it looks fantastic. Like, yeah, Mario Kart World looks super nice. And then just in general, the console is just comfier. The Joy-Cons are larger, they're nicer. The sticks don't feel like nubs as much this time. Definitely could still be better, but like on the original Switch, the sticks were kind of garbage. I actually sort of hated them, but some good improvements here on just refining it. And then even like pulling out the Joy-Cons with the buttons, yeah, they honestly just feel better than the original Switch, which is the main thing I was looking for. And yeah, it worked out. Another thing that was, I can't believe has not been in Nintendo consoles before, but like Game Chat. Game Chat works surprisingly well. I don't really have any issues with it. I don't really have much to say. I'm glad it's here, finally. It kind of sucks it's only on Switch 2. I think that's kind of stupid. But like, at least it's here. You know what? It's better than not being here. I'm shocked it hasn't been here yet. And the Game Share feature, I have not used it yet, but I believe it does have potential, especially because you can share online. I think that's really cool. So they could definitely update some older games to add Game Share, and I think that could be really, really nice. Hopefully they actually do something like that, because there are some games, like I'm moving away from like my hometown in a couple months, and there's some games I want to play with friends, or like even share with them, that I will only be able to do for the next 2 months, unless they add Game Share. In which case, I could be somewhere else in the world, and I can still play games with my friends, even if they don't own it. So hopefully they do that, because that would be really cool. So that ends my good section. In terms of what needs improvements and new features, please add actual home themes, or even just like color options. I'm sick of this light mode, dark mode, and that's it. Like, you can take screenshots and everything on the console, just like you can on Xbox and PlayStation. On Xbox, you can say any screenshot you want and make it your background. You can even upload photos from like a USB stick to make it your Xbox background. There's no reason why the Switch should not, does not have that feature. You can take album photos. I should be able to make any photo I want as my background. Like, I'm so sick of it. Or even just like colors. Like, let me do like a dark blue just to change up my Switch background a little bit. There's no reason why it's either dark or it's light, and that's it. They really need to add themes, or even like game themes. Like, imagine buying themes with platinum points on the Switch Online store. Like, they have it with the profile pictures. There's no reason for there not to be like game themes. Like, imagine having like a Metroid theme on my Switch. That would be so sick. Or even like a Splatoon theme, or like a Mario Kart World theme, or even like a Donkey Kong Bonanza theme when that game comes out. It's really a missed opportunity to not have that. It would just take the console and just make that even better. Like, I don't know why we don't have that yet. So while all the home themes and having extra color options on the home screen is nice, the one thing that they actually 100% most definitely do need to add is more free, emphasis on the free Switch 2 upgrades for games. Like, we got some free upgrades for Super Mario 3D World. We got a free upgrade for Splatoon recently. Free upgrades for Link's Awakening and Echoes of Wisdom. Those are all great stuff. What else we need are other ones for games like Mario Wonder. I'm shocked that did not get a free upgrade when the Switch came out, but it really should, honestly. Metroid Dread. Mostly because I have Metroid Dread and I've been waiting to play it, and I just haven't gone around to it yet. But man, if we got a Switch 2 upgrade, that would be a fantastic reason to play Dread. Just saying. Pikmin 4, like, it's a pretty big game for Nintendo. Not big in the fact that, like, maybe it didn't sell the greatest, but like, that was a game that they've really worked on for a long time, and like really marketed quite a bit. So Pikmin 4 should be like ripe for the picking for something like a free upgrade. Mario & Luigi Brothership, I think it runs a little bit better in terms of like load screens, but they really could just make it just play so much nicer if it was 60 FPS. Oh, I wish that game was 60 FPS, because I loved it so much. It was my favorite game last year. It was on my list for the best game that I played last year. Brothership was a great game. And then, of course, every single Xenoblade game. Definitive Edition, Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade 3, Xenoblade X. I'm shocked that they did not get any free upgrades. Even like Xenoblade X, it just came out. The Definitive Edition just came out a couple months ago, like 3 months ago. And I would like to play it, but I also am just really praying that it gets a free upgrade. So, Hopefully. That's like, I can't believe that they need to do more of that. And I'm waiting on the direct whenever they have another direct, that hopefully they just be like, oh, here's a bunch of new games getting free upgrades. Just like, I don't need it to be like, I don't need new content. I just want the game to play a little bit better. I just want it to be like smooth, not just like not choppy. Same thing they do with like Scarlet and Violet. I don't even need up-res textures. I just want the performance to be improved. That's really all I need. Like if a game already runs great, just make it just make it just a little bit better. Like Splatoon got the free up stuff. Give that to Wonder, because Wonder was already super well optimized and everything. Dread, I haven't played it, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty well optimized too. Just make it play better. Xenoblade could always use a little more power, even though I don't even know how they got that game running on the original Switch. All three of them, in fact, including X. I don't know how they got any of those running on the Switch. But, I would really love to see some more free upgrades. Not paid, not like the Kirby and the Forgotten Land DLC upgrade, which is cool, but they should not be charging for just the upgrade. They should be charging only for the DLC, which I will actually be getting, but yeah, I don't know. But yes, free upgrades, please. And now the bad and disappointing, because there are some things that are dumb. This might just be because the industry is shifting, but the prices of new games are ridiculous. There is no reason why in Canada, Mario Kart World should cost $109.99. That's not it. No, that's ridiculous. I have played Mario Kart World. That game is not worth $110 before tax. Absolutely not. It's good, don't get me wrong. But like, I don't know. I think I'd be happy to pay for it if it was like $79.99, like what games used to be. Which, for where I live, that averaged out to about $90 Canadian, if you include all the tax. And I think that was good with me. Even if they wanted to make it the same price as Tears of the Kingdom, which was $89.99, which is still expensive. It's like over $100, but like it's still a good game for sure. But it's not worth like $130. Like, you're fucking kidding, Nintendo. If you think that your Mario Kart game is worth that much, it's not. Like, I don't know. Like, obviously they did it just because people are gonna play it and people are gonna buy it. That's the main reason I got the bundle, because it turned this game from like $130 to like $100. It saved like 30-40 bucks. It's unreasonable to be charging that much. And on top of that, you have these Switch 2 editions of games that are not worth the price. Like Breath of the Wild. Let me pull up the eShop right now. I'm pretty sure Breath of the Wild in Canada for the Switch 2 edition costs $99.99. And that is just absurd. There's no reason for it to be costing that much money for a game that's like old. That game came out when I was in high school. I started high school like 9 years ago, 10 years ago soon. There's no reason for Breath of the Wild to be costing that much, and it does not include the DLC. So if I wanted to, like, I thought about when I saw that they were adding a Switch 2 edition, I was like, oh, maybe I will get that, because I only own the game on Wii U. I don't even own the Switch game. So I figured that might not be a bad time to get the game and like replay it. But like, I'm not paying $100 before tax for a game that came out 7 years ago. The new upgrades and like the new updates are stupid. They are worthless upgrades. Like the Zelda notes and the Zelda guidance, that is not worth an extra $20 on top of the $80 the game already was in Canada. And now that doesn't even include the DLC. There should be just like a Breath of the Wild complete edition, even if it was like $89.99, or like $99.99 Switch 2 edition, but include the DLC. Now that is actually reasonable. Otherwise, it's a ripoff. It's a scam. It's fucked up. It's actually ridiculous. Because yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It is $100 before tax in Canada if you just buy the game straight up with the Switch 2 edition. That is a ripoff. I don't care what anyone says. That is not worth the money. Absolutely not. For a game that was on the Wii U, by the way. Absolutely fucking not. That's ripoff. Same with like Tears of the Kingdom. I know Tears of the Kingdom is newer, so like maybe you could reason it, but like if you get the Switch 2 edition of Tears of the Kingdom, it's $114.99. Like, why? Why is it so much? How is that worth more than Mario Kart World. This game's already 2 years old. Thank God it doesn't have DLC. If this was like not, if there was like DLC and it wasn't bundled in this, I would be crying, bro. It's fucked up. Yeah, this shit is just like unnecessary. I really don't understand. I don't even like Tears of the Kingdom. I actually think Tears of the Kingdom was not a very good game. That was like one of the most disappointing games I've ever played, and I have a lot of thoughts on it, but we're not getting into that right now. It's just like, it's just a real damn shame that Nintendo decides, is just like, people are also gonna pay for that. People will pay for this. It is cool that it's included in this expansion pack for the Switch Online, but even that's kind of a ripoff. So I'm not doing none of that. They need to make Switch Online actually good first. So, I don't know, man. I think that shit is so stupid. It's like, I really do like having a Switch 2, but then I see things like that, I'm just like, ugh, I hate the direction that gaming is going. Like even Xbox making some games, starting to make games like $100. It's fucked up, man. It really is fucked up. I don't know. I don't know. So that was the main thing. Oh, also the $15 tech demo being bullshit. That is fucked up. That Nintendo Switch welcome tour, actually garbage. No, I can't say garbage because I have not actually played the game, but I don't see how that's worth $15. I absolutely do not. That's before tax. That's like $20 in Canada. Absolutely not. Not a chance in H-double hockey sticks hell. Am I buying that? I'm not buying that. That is just not it, dude. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. They bundled Wii Sports with the console. They bundled Nintendo Land with the console. There's no reason that this welcome tour should not be like just directly given to you for owning the console. It's a ripoff. I don't care if people are like, oh, but it has good content like mini games. So did Wii Sports. So did Nintendo Land. I don't believe it. I don't believe for a goddamn second that this needs to be, that is big enough to be its own thing. I don't believe it. No, I will not be buying that. If you buy it, I hope you have a lot of fun. But to me, that is not worth my money. Absolutely fucking not. That's more like bad. In terms of disappointing, the UI looks basically the exact same for like the home menu. Like I know they wanted to make it Switch 2, so it's just like it but better. But I don't know. I wish you could. I mean, that kind of ties into like the themes and stuff. You really should be able to add some more pizzazz to the home screen. But it just looks identical. Like sure, some things have been touched up, some edges are rounded, but like I don't know, man. They could have done a little bit more, I feel like, but obviously I'm not a UX UI designer. I don't know. But something just feels off here. Something just doesn't feel right. And the only other thing, it's more of a nitpick, but like when you load up the console and you want to do a system transfer, you have to do it on factory reset of your Switch 2. You have to do it when it's out of the box or you can't do it again. And that was very concerning for me because I was giving my old Switch to my girlfriend. And on that old Switch I have Animal Crossing New Horizons and she plays it and I wanted to give it to her, but I didn't understand how the island transferring worked. It was just like a whole mess of like, oh, I don't know if I want to do a factory system. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do a system transfer, but like if I save it then I can't even use my Switch 2. It was just such a pain because I wanted to transfer everything over, or like I want to transfer only some things over. I wanted to leave all the Animal Crossing data on the old Switch. That's not something you could do. You had to move it all to Switch 2 and then download the island transfer to like applications, and then you had to do it all and put it all back onto the original Switch. And that's just a pain in the ass, man. They should have made that a little more clear. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, worst case scenario, she would have lost her island, but like I would have felt so bad if I made her lose her island, and I really don't want to do that. And I'm glad I was able to avoid it. I got it all figured out. Like, there were help pages that addressed that issue on the Nintendo website. But it was just like, oh, I don't want to. It was like 1 in the morning. It was like 2 in the morning. I just wanted to set up my console, my Switch 2 when I got out, just so I could play Mario Kart World when I woke up in the morning. Because you have to install games now, which is just how gaming is. You just have to install things now. So I just wanted to set it up overnight. And I'm still with this existential dilemma of, oh, am I going to lose my girlfriend's island data on her Animal Crossing? It was just such a pain in the ass. I wish you could like transfer one game, or like even just choose what games to transfer. I don't need to transfer everything, but like most things I would like to transfer. At least some. Yeah, it was just annoying. It was just annoying. They could have made it a little more clear. But yeah, that wraps up my Switch 2 console general thoughts. Actually, one more thing. I don't like that for the SD cards, you can't use regular SD cards. You can only use the express ones. That is stupid. That is dumb. I want to be able to have the old SD card that I have all my original, like, old Switch 1 digital games on. I understand not being able to put new games on it if it's not the express card. That's fine. That's how Xbox has been doing it. You need to put the new games on SSDs. I'm used to that now. It's fine. I get it. But, like, there was no reason why my old SD cards shouldn't be compatible with my new Switch. Even if I can't put new games on it. I don't need to. I just want to put some old games on it. Like, I don't want to have... Well, I have, like, games like Mario Odyssey, Super Mario RPG, Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. I have all those games digital. And I would like to put those onto my SD card and not keep them on the console storage where it's, like, the actual, like, faster storage. I want to save that for my new games. I want to save that for my Donkey Kong Bonanza. I want to save it for my Metroid Prime 4. I want to save it for my Pokemon Legends Z-A. Pokemon Legends ZA for some people. That's more of like a disappointing thing. That's not bad. It's just like, I don't get it. I don't understand why they can't do that. Now that fully concludes my Switch 2 thoughts, let's move on to Mario Kart World. I'm going to load up the game so I have it directly in front of me while I'm talking about this. The good. I already really like this game. I got a lot of good to talk about. But I don't think a lot of these are like pretty quick things to go through. First off, game's gorgeous. All the environments, all the tracks, all the characters, all the models, everything just looks super nice. I don't really have more to say. The game's just really pretty. Yeah, it's just a gorgeous looking game. The music, fantastic. I know some people are calling this like soundtrack of the year. Like, it could be. It seems like a lot of this soundtrack is like Nintendo's greatest hits, or like the Mario series greatest hits, which is cool. But a lot of people just kind of talk about, oh my god, this remix is so good. I don't really hear a lot of the original tracks, people talking about them online, though. I don't really know how many original tracks there are. I haven't really... Okay, to be fair, I have not delved too deep into the OST. Maybe there are a lot of original tracks, but people are just kind of talking about the remixes mainly online. I don't know quite yet, but soundtrack of the year, I'm skeptical. It could be, like, best original... It could win, like, sure, like, soundtrack of the year, like best like compositions and stuff, but I don't know if it's like, it's not like original soundtrack. Sure, the remixes are cool, but I'm always looking for that new music. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the new music. Like Mario Kart 8 has a lot of fantastic new music, and I feel like I'm not seeing as much buzz about new music online. Like the main theme for Mario Kart World, banger. It's like one of my favorite. It's like one of the reasons I got a Switch 2. I'm like, this is just like the right vibes, and it's hyping me up. It was good stuff, but I don't know. I don't know quite yet. Yeah, the music is good. I will definitely say, for anything I've heard, I'm always like, damn, that sounds fucking sick. But I'm looking more into the original tracks, and I'm not sure. Yeah, original tracks, songs. I'm not sure quite yet what there is, but I will say the remixes are very, very good. So, yeah. Some of the new characters are hilarious, like all the enemies and stuff. That's pretty awesome. It does kind of surprise me that even though they added 24 players now, that the game is not too spammy with items. I thought it was going to be absolute chaos, but it's actually not bad, even though people can hold 2 items. Actually, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with the game balance. It is crazy that if you get hit in this game, sometimes you're going to go back like 10, 15 places, because the middle pack of all the racers, like if you're playing Grand Prix solo, that middle pack is always so tightly knit together that as soon as you get passed by that pack, you move back like 10 places. It's pretty funny. So in the same vein, it's also not too hard to recover. Sometimes the items can be a little annoying, but they don't feel too bad. Like, it doesn't feel like you're just constantly getting spun out by items all the time. I'm glad that they found a nice, good balance. Like, there's still a lot of items. Don't get me wrong. It is still Mario Kart. It is Mario Kart with 24 players. But it doesn't feel like every single time I go anywhere or like make any changes, I'm immediately getting hit by shells and stuff. So that is very nice. Courses are also a good mixture of being open as well as having the tight bottlenecks. They did a good job of that. I thought from the trailers it looked like the game was just going to be like just open tracks the whole time, and it was going to be just like a mess, or like very like uneven in how wide open the courses would be. And I thought it was going to make the tracks boring. Thankfully, no. There's a good mix. Like, there's some tracks that are super duper tight, but it doesn't feel like you're getting like squished between a lot of players all the time. It's just a good balance. They hit a good balance with some of the track design. They did make one change where instead of driving through water, you drive on top of the water in like water tracks. I think it's cool. This game, obviously, they just had to do something different because they kind of perfected the formula in Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They wanted to go for something a little bit different, and I think they did get it. I like the idea of going on top of the water. It adds some like interesting new setups for tracks. Like I think Salty Speedway is one of the tracks. Yeah, that track is really cool. And like there's other tracks. I'm opening up the track list right now. Oh, Cheep Cheep Falls. I really like Cheep Cheep Falls. That track is really cool, and you go like on top of the water. Yeah, that's just good stuff. It's just a nice little change. It gives the game a little bit of more unique flavor, because obviously, yeah, they perfected the formula already. They just needed to make some modifications, make the game feel a little bit different. And yeah, I also noticed that when you drive between tracks during the Grand Prix, how you do like the traveling from course to course, a lot more obstacles on like the roads. I guess because it's a lot of straight lines, so they needed to make it a little more engaging by adding all this extra shit. But it's pretty it's pretty chaotic. It is really fun. It's very funny playing this game with friends because there's just like so much shit going on, especially with 3 people all like trying to figure out what the hell they're doing. It was just pandemonium constantly of all this random shit. Like there's like fireballs getting thrown on the track. There's like incoming cars. You're driving into oncoming traffic. People are getting into cars and like smashing people. It's just mayhem. There's people like grinding on rails, wall riding, and just so much shit going on. This game is perfect, chaotic fun. Some of the new tracks, bangers. There's a lot of bangers in this game, I gotta say. DK Spaceport, it's okay. I thought I was gonna like it a little bit more, but it's still a pretty good track. It's still very unique. Airship Fortress back on from the DS. That was like one of the tracks I missed the most from the Booster Course pack. I was like, damn, they really dropped Airship Fortress, but now it's here. And it is a banger, I will say. It's definitely very, very good. I really like Starview Peak and Star Cup. Starview Peak's really cool. Great question block runes. I know a lot of people have been liking that track. There's a lot of crazy shortcuts you can do. It's not bad. It's pretty good. I gotta play it a little bit more, but it's pretty good. Cheep Cheep Falls is a banger. Boo Cinema is fantastic. I'm a very big fan of Boo Cinema. That's one of the most unique tracks in the game. They kind of killed it. The new Bowser's Castle, holy shit, it's so cool. That's I think that might be my favorite track in the game, is the new Bowser Castle. It's so sick, dude. You like, when you're driving through it in Grand Prix and you're like driving up the volcano to get up to it, it's so sick. And you're like driving around the Bowser mouth. Yeah, they kind of killed it with Bowser Castle. Even the Toad's Factory remake is really cool. Acorn Heights is really good too. Big fan of Acorn Heights. Peach Stadium is not bad. And then Rainbow Road is just mayhem. Rainbow Road, once again, is still really good. And the last good thing I really wanted to say is the secret method for unlocking Mirror Mode is pretty cool. I like that the game doesn't just hand out Mirror Mode as a freebie. I like that there's like a secret hidden unlock method for a mode like that. I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty unique. You don't really see that in Mario Kart often. There's like a super secret unlock, especially for like something as big as Mirror Mode. So yeah, that was a nice little change up, is having, because I think it's like you have to play all the cups, play all the knockout tour, and you have to do some stuff in free roam. And I think that's pretty neat that they did something like that. Very big fan of that. I haven't even unlocked Mirror Mode yet. I'm actually still working on it, but yeah, I like that they did that. For some things that need improvements and / new features, I can't believe this game did not launch with 200cc. That cannot be something that they add and make you pay for. That has to be a free update at some point. Like the next direct they add like, oh, new update, 200cc, yippee! That needs to be something they add for free. Like there's no way that they charge people for 200cc in like a DLC in the future. I'm surprised 200cc isn't even back. It would be so much fun in this game. It's a real shame that they did not put 200cc in the game. I don't know why they didn't. I really don't know. The fact that there's no item selection in custom versus races, that's a damn shame. That was a really nice feature added in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and it's just like not here. Unless I didn't notice it, in which case this point is null and void. But yeah, you should be able to choose what items show up in rotation if you're doing custom races, because sometimes I don't want to get hit by lightning. I gotta be honest, sometimes I just want to play a race where there's no lightning. And like no, just some power-ups just ruin your life, and I'm just like sick of it. Battle mode, I do not play battle mode, but it seems once again like it's kind of lacking. It seems like it's a little bit better than Mario Kart 8. But I don't know. They dropped some other game modes. Like they dropped like Renegade Roundup from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which I actually did play a couple times, and it was pretty fun. But they dropped it for some weird reason. There's just like no more Renegade Roundup. It's a shame. I don't know why, like, for this game costing $130, like I said earlier, in Canada, there's no reason why they should not have had these modes back. Like, absolutely no reason. There's no excuse for not having all these modes back. Should be the most complete Mario Kart game, and it still feels like it's missing features. And on that note, we're going to move on to the bad and disappointing stuff. It feels like a lot of the fun non-Mario characters were just kind of ripped out of the game and not replaced. Like, we got, like, the Splatoon characters, the Inklings. That was pretty cool in Mario Kart Deluxe. We got DLC where you could play as... Or, well, you could play as Miis. There's no more Miis anymore. That's unfortunate. The Miis were... I mean, I didn't really use Miis, but it was still cool to have them if you wanted them. We lost Link. That's too bad. We lost all the Animal Crossing characters. That's a shame. We lost a bunch of the Booster Course Pack people. Like, why did we lose... Who was it? I think it was, like, Funky Kong. Why did we lose Funky Kong? There's no reason why we should have lost anybody. Do we have Piranha Plant? I think we do. Yeah, we do. Like, there's no reason why anyone should have been excluded from the game that was in Mario Kart 8. Like, absolutely no reason to lose any players for that. I don't even know why. Like, Tanuki Mario, that could have been... Maybe it is a skin in the game. I haven't unlocked all the skins. But there's no reason why we should have lost anybody throughout all of this. It's a real shame. I don't know why we lost all these characters. We should be getting these back for free. Like, absolutely we should be getting these back for free. They were in the previous game. There's no reason why they're not in Mario Kart World. I did have a little bit of a nitpick. Gliding was kind of weird. I think I'm just getting used to it. But the gliding, when I first tried, I'm like, oh, this feels like bad. But no, it's okay now. It's not too bad. That was more of a nitpick, though. One thing that is not a nitpick, though, is that the UI for selecting characters is absolute garbage. It's so bad. Why do all the custom like skins and stuff have their own spots? That's so stupid. It should be you select a character and then it pulls up a little drop down menu that opens up and you can select their skins from there. Like any normal fucking game. Even Smash Bros got this right. You select a character and then you tab on like the bumpers and you can choose what skin to put on. Like, how did they mess this up so badly? The UI for looking at characters is really terrible. Like, I feel like I could design a better one than this. Why? It's just bad. It's really bad. I don't even know why this is like this. And, like, the sort options are, like, nonsense. I don't know what the sort options are. I think you could just put all the skins together. But, like, still, they did not need all their own slots on the menu. It looks bad. I don't know why they even did this. Yeah, it's just weird. This was a bad choice on their part to make everything like that. It's just dumb. It looks bad. It does look bad. The UI looks bad for selecting characters. You could also make them, like, it's right now on each screen, it's like a 4x3. I gotta say, you could make that like a 4x4 or even like a 5x4. You could definitely fit some more characters on the screen. Like, you don't need all this room for every character. You could shrink that down a little bit and it would be like 2 or 3 pages. Right now there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages of characters to choose from. That is unnecessary. We don't need to be having all of that. I don't know why I don't really know how they even chose that or how that even like got past. I just don't see it. I don't see the vision. There's no vision. It's just bad. There's no vision because somebody did not look at this, or they were rushing to get this game out. Like, I don't know, man. They could have done so much better with the character selection screen. Another thing that's more like, I don't know if it's bad quite yet. I need to play the game more, but like disappointing or just like something doesn't feel right. Is like driving to each track in the Grand Prix is pretty lame. Like when I get to a new track, I want to experience it, especially playing the game for the first time and seeing all the tracks for the first time. I wanted to experience like the tracks. That's like the main thing I come for in Mario Kart is the new tracks. But like you drive there and you get to the new track and you only complete one lap of it before moving on to the next race. Something just feels lost here. I'm not really sure how that was decided. I wanna experience the tracks, not play one lap and then move on. Like, I had to go through and play a lot of these tracks on Versus to actually like remember them. Because I played through each cup, I'm like, oh, I don't remember any of the tracks because I was driving to them the whole time. I didn't even play in them. So unless the track was like visually very appealing immediately to me, I don't remember anything about them. There's a lot of tracks in here I don't even know most of them. And I've played all the cups like 3 or 4 times. I don't even know most of the tracks. Like, I can't think of their layout because I've barely driven on them. And that is a shame. I don't know why they did that. There should be an option for if you can if you have to drive to them, or if you just like play the laps. I think that's a thing on online races too. Where like I haven't done any online races, but I think what I've seen from online races is you like choose your starting track, and then from there you can only choose tracks that are like next to it, so you have to drive to them. That's dumb, especially when the sections where you drive to the other tracks is like not interesting. It's the least interesting part of the game. It's like they just kind of ripped out the free roam, which I'm gonna talk about that in a sec. I don't know why they did that. It's just something just isn't right there. That's a missed opportunity for sure. The track choices are wasted on some of the tracks. Like there are some tracks that we have in this game now that were just in Mario Kart 8. Like we had Moo Moo Meadows for 11 years. We did not need Moo Moo Meadows in this game. Again, there's so many other tracks they could have chose. Like tracks like Moo Moo Meadows, Choco Mountain, Sky High Sunday. Sky High Sunday, that shit is not retro, bro. It was like 2 years ago. Why is it in this game? It's just like so many tracks were wasted. I think I went and counted. 14 of the 32 tracks are retro. Which, to be fair, we did have half and half in previous games. We had 4 cups that were fully retro and 4 cups that were fully brand new tracks. That is a fair thing to say. So technically there are less retro tracks. But like at the same time, one of the cups has Crown City again. Where was it? 2 cups have Crown City, even though you do play a different section of it. Like Shell Cup and Mushroom Cup both have Crown City, even though you play a different section of it. That's just something just is not right there. Why? So like, let's say there's 31 tracks, for example. That's still, it's just, for the game costing this much money, I expected a couple more like new tracks, or like even more cups. I feel like this game needed at least 2 more cups. Something is really missing here. Like they obviously could add DLC, but I don't know, for the price that they charge for this game, there should be some real good free content for this fucking game, because the price is not yet justified. But also, if they don't add DLC, this game's going to feel super incomplete to me for the price that they charge. If this game was 80 bucks in Canada, I would not even be saying all this. But because with tax, it's like $130. It's like 40 more dollars, 30 more dollars than other games have been. Like I bought Mario Wonder 2 years ago, and it was about $90. Now, if I bought Mario Kart World now, it would be, let me just check the choice, 109 times the tax in my region, 120, yeah, $124. It costs $35 more for this game than like Mario Wonder did. Mario Wonder is a pretty complete game, but man, it's a real shame. It is a real shame. I don't know. They should have added some more tracks to this game. There really should be more tracks. But instead we got track choices that were just in Mario Kart 8. Like I did not need to see any Mario Kart 8 tracks in this game. I really didn't. There's no reason for them to be here. We just had them for 11 years. I'm kind of sick of some of them. Like Moo Moo Meadows, it is fun still, of course, the Moo Moo Meadows, but like, I'm sick of Moo Moo Meadows, man. I've been playing it for 11 years. And in the game and in like Wii before that. I've seen so much Moo Moo Meadows. I'm done with it. I don't need it anymore. Choco Mountain doesn't even feel the same. But like just seeing Choco Mountain, we just had that. It was in like the first wave. I remember playing it. I played it like 2 months ago. I don't need more Choco Mountain. I really don't. It's just a shame. I don't really know what's going on with this. Yeah. I mean, I could harp on about the price all day. I'm just gonna say the same thing over and over. The last real like disappointing thing is that Knockout Tour, I think this is just for me, but the linear A to B driving between tracks with a little bit of track driving, it's just not it for me. It drags on for really long, especially when it's like 5 tracks in a row. I've only played Knockout Tour once on the very first rally. It was just like boring. I think it's also because I got cooked out of like a first place from some bullshit. I got 4th when I got to the last track. Pretty annoyed with that, so maybe that ruined my experience and I need to just try it again. But I don't know. A lot of it is just driving from A to B. And that's a shame. It's lame. It's a shame and it's lame. That's all I gotta say. But like overall, I really am enjoying Mario Kart World. I happy to continue playing it more. There's a lot of things that I'm like, but like, why did you choose that? Or like, why is this missing? Or like, why is this not here? All because that price tag is so steep. And yeah, I even have it in my notes here. The price of this game in Canada is fucking atrocious. I have that exactly in my notes. I mean, it's probably just as bad in other regions. It's fucked up. It really is fucked up. But yeah, that's going to conclude my video of my first impressions after 3 weeks of both the Switch 2, the console itself, as well as Mario Kart World. Thank you guys all for watching this. I'll try to break this up in timestamps a little bit so it's a little easier to digest if you want to watch the specific sections. But yeah, this is going to be pretty unedited. I'll cut out some parts where I don't talk for a while. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. I'm still working on the tier list. Still working on the Luigi's Mansion review. But in the meantime, thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.